this is the entire back nine that I'm going to play here at Strawberry Farms in Orange County. All right, guys, I'm on the 10th hole at Strawberry Farms in Orange County, California. The 10th hole here has a very kind of Whistling Straits kind of look to it, kind of a Midwestern feel because of the lake to the left. Past the lake, it looks like woods, where California, you don't really have a lot of like woods. You have scrub, not like a ton of like woods. And that's not woods, but it looks like woods. So it makes me think of the kind of like a more Midwestern golf course. This is a 340 from where it's teed right now. It's a tough shot for somebody who has kind of a snapper in the bag every once in a while. Junk to the right, water and a hill that runs to the water to the left. So really have to pick out a good spot and swing aggressively to that spot and not try to be too crazy. Just bunt it down there, get started, and get the back nine going. And like I said before, I'm going to tee up over here on the side of the trouble, because it's easier to play away from something than it is to, like say there's like, I don't know, whatever, a volcano that's here. You can hit a million miles away to it. But if you're standing over here and you're aimed at it and try to go away from it, that's tougher. All right, so here's my tee shot on the 10th hole. And when I'm trying not to hit it left, I'm really trying to stay aggressive with my arm swing. And that one did go a little left, and I'm watching it like a hawk because it's now bouncing on the hill and kicked towards the water, and I don't know. That wasn't good. Well, I landed on grass, but then it just past the bunkers. I hit it too far left. I landed on grass, and then it ran down. Hopefully the grass grabbed it and it stayed out of the water, but I don't know. All right, so there's the hole, and I got lucky. That's the water, and there's my ball right there. Is kind of flattens out before it goes down. 150's all the way back there. I don't have far. I have like 90 or 85, something like that. Let's shoot it and find out. All right, the ball's down there somewhere I can't really go to, so I'm gonna shoot the flag, and hopefully we'll be able to see a cool shot of the ball coming in. So that's where I ended up, right here in this area, and then going down. This is kind of the shot that I had looking at from about this area right here up to the green. All right, I just got extremely fortunate to not hit my ball into the hazard, so I'm really gonna try to take advantage of it. I have 100 yards from where my ball is to that blue flag, and I'm going to try to really line up well and hopefully get this on the stick. All right, so there's no zoom on my iPhone, but watch the right-hand side of the green right there. I'm very lucky to actually have a chance for birdie. I've not been able to read these greens very well, but I really like putting from the fringe. In my experience, it's much easier to putt a 20-footer from the fringe than a 20-footer from the green. For some reason, the ball being kind of teed up on the spikes of grass just gets it rolling a little bit better, because you hole out from 20 feet on the fringe way more than you hole out a 20-footer on the green. All right, with that being said, let's see if I can make this. Putting straight towards the water, I thought it was going to be super fast, but it wasn't. Left it a little short, so I have just about 20 inches. Concentrated well and made that. Okay, good par to start the back. I don't really want to be messing around like I just did with these OB areas and hazard areas. Let's just nip that in the butt right now. All right, it's 166 yards, a little bit of help. So I think my normal 7-iron with this much help should go about 170, 171, something like that. It is a red flag, so I'm always like trying to err to the fat side of the green. So I'm gonna aim. It's all the way tucked on the left, definitely like a sucker flag. So I have to kind of put my own flag on the hole, and not aim for that flag, but aim more for where I want the ball to land, and try to hit a hole in one to my imaginary flag, which is just long right of that red flag. So when I have an imaginary flag, I like the idea of trying to hit a hole in one to the imaginary flag, because that keeps me pretty aggressive. Really different sounding divot there. That was really nice. Stayed behind it, didn't take a big massive trench. Hit a good shot straight at it. I hit a really good shot, but I actually hit it at the real flag and not the imaginary flag. But I don't know if I hit it far enough. I might have gone in that bunker, hopefully not. All right, so this is where my imaginary flag was that I wanted to hit it at. This is where the hole is, and this is where my ball ended up. And this is the bunker I was worried about, but I hit it well enough there. It was a good club selection. Okay, just about 13 feet or so. Trying to get my spot on the green and just start it right over that spot with precision. A little bit short of a backswing. Man, I really feel like I've made nothing other than a few par putts for comebackers, and I'm 1 under. So if I could start putting better, I could have a good chance to go low, but that's definitely getting way out of it, out of the present moment. Just got to think of like golf as like, okay, if I want to go out and shoot 72, don't think of it as, okay, I want to hit 72 shots. Say, I want to go out and hit 1 shot 72 times. Does that make sense? It's just all about more mental golf stuff, about being more present. All right, quick view of the scorecard here. That was the front, 1 under on the front, 2 pars to start the back 9. All right, par 5. You know, I just was feeling pretty good about being 1 under, and mentally, on a mental note, I just saw that from the blues where I'm playing today, this course is 6,200 yards. And I started thinking to myself, oh, that's not very good then to be 1 under. And those are the kind of like mental missiles that come at you that you have to like just deflect away. Start like undercutting yourself or underselling yourself, or start with this negativity. So you just gotta, that's the easy thing that will, you know, be something mental that will wreck your good time, really. Because even though it is short, there's so much OB everywhere. Every single hole almost, except for a couple, there's either water or environmental area. So you got to really plot your way around. Not on this one though. This one I think I can kind of open it up a little bit again. And it's a par 5. I'm trying to hit it down the left-hand side at those wispy trees. The wind's going this way, so I'm just going to hit it normal, and the wind can take care of bringing it back just a little bit. I keep saying when I'm talking to the camera that there's OB everywhere. Actually, there's not a ton of OB on this course, but there are these environmental areas, which are effectively the same thing as having a gigantic water hazard going down the side of each hole. That was okay. It stayed in play, but jumped out of it. Kind of hit a low fade down the right-hand side, right in the fairway though. All right, so I hit my drive into this area right there. Not a totally awesome shot. You can see the look I had here. All right, hit that tee shot absolutely nowhere. I still have 345 yards to the hole. So I'm gonna try to hit a 200-yard shot at that wispy tree there that's kind of half dead. Lies a little above my feet, sloped like this and up. So I'm gonna aim the right side of that tree. If it goes a little right, it's fine. Not so hard. Yeah, for some reason, my practice swings, I was swinging so fast, trying to stay aggressive with the upper body. I was swinging out of my shoes on the practice swing. But that was my best hybrid of the day. Great layup. That was really good. The practice swing, I've been swinging my practice swings, especially with the wood, so hard. It was good to kind of recognize that I swung too hard and smooth it out on the real swing. Okay, so I have 139 yards, only 3 yards uphill, but it's into quite a bit of a breeze. So I'm gonna hit this 8-iron. Okay, so I have 8-iron, 139 into the breeze. Made an awesome sequence, but I just left the face totally open. I need to roll and fold the left arm a little more. I totally blocked that. It was actually probably a pretty good swing, but I totally blocked it. So let's just check this one out again. Just because the sequence of the upper body and the hips was good. See, at impact, I still had a ton of hip left. to get through the ball. There's plenty of trouble and ways to make bogey on this course, but a par 5 after I'm sitting perfectly in the fairway, just 140 yards out, this is not the way I want to make a bogey. So I'm in the bunker. Let's really try to hit a quality bunker shot. First, I'm not worried about the putt. I'm just one shot at a time. I'm just trying to hit a very solid, decent bunker shot. All right, so here's the bunker shot, and I can see on the replay here how wide open I had the face and also how fast that tempo was. I had no idea how the sand was, and it was a lot firmer than I thought. Coming back at it again, I thought these greens were going to be a little faster than they were. Had a perfect line, but that's a bogey on the par 5. That sand was firm, and my technique wasn't the best. Hit it too far. I have to remember what Danny Wax was saying. I forget. All right, moving on to one of the longer holes in the course. You can see a generous landing area. There is environmental area up the right-hand side. And if you pull it on the left-hand side, it's really no penalty unless you get pretty unlucky to be behind one of these trees over here. So like I said, on a lot of these drives, I'm thinking short backswing and really get the arms out in front of my body. So that combined with the more stable hips on the backswing was usually leading to pretty good shots, but that was not great. Pulled it just a little bit into that other fairway. Pulled it a lot, actually. So I was over here near this light spot here, and you can see I could not really see where the hole was, so I had to use one of these trees over here for a landing point. Right, so I couldn't see where I was aiming at all, but I had a good idea of what I wanted to do. I had a good spot picked out that I wanted to start it at. And you can see the ball's above my feet a little bit. Made a good move on it, fell backwards just a little bit. I do that when I spin out just a little bit. But I got it up onto the fringe and I'm able to use my putter. So it's pretty good for having a blind shot with a 4-iron. I was able to get it up and I was trying to take the positives out of it. Fast forward motion a little bit. You can see it's quite a few steps as I'm counting out exactly and transferring it to how many feet it is. Put a good charge into this putt, and I had kind of used what I learned about the speed of these greens, and then it was a pretty slow putt, so I pounded it, ran up to it, and it was within a foot, and put that in. So that's a great par. All right, 4-3. I thought about how short the course was, and I made a bogey. Who knows? I think mentally that was an aspect of that, and then made a good 4 here. Follow me on Instagram at BB Golf Show. It's the same thing on Twitter too, at BB Golf Show. So follow that and subscribe with this button here. All right, moving on to the 14th hole. Some people say this course is kind of tricked up, and this would be an example of that. This is about a 328-yard hole, and from the tee box, just looking, I really had no idea where to aim, because you don't see anything down there. You just see this small sliver of land. So I went out and I hit driver anyway. How cool is that to see the fade from the digital world to the real world, and how accurate Google can be. All right, so hit a really great drive there to a very narrow spot. Honestly, that was the first solid drive I've hit all day. I kind of took it up a little vertical, shallowed it out, didn't get too hippie on it. Hit a solid fade out of the toe center of the face. Should have a good chance to utilize my new wedges here. I had no idea how narrow the fairway is up at this point. If I had known, I probably would not have hit driver, but I did hit a very good drive. It's only about, I don't know, 15 paces wide. Let's see how far I got and try to hit this good 52. Okay, so 52 yards to go, and these fairways, because of it's summertime, they are grown up quite a bit, and I was letting it get to me. taking a really good practice swing, but in my real swing, stopping much short as soon as I hit the ball. I can't really see. I hit a little lower than I wanted to, but I missed any trouble. Let's see. All right, I landed pin high and I rolled out to there. Just a little lower than I wanted to hit it. So I was hoping to have inside of a 10-footer, or about a 10-footer, realistically from 52 yards. But instead I have about this 18-footer. And again, I missed it on the high side at a par. So 4 with a hit fairway and a green in regulation. 2 putts. So I'm still 1 over on this side, so I'm even on the day. Thank you to Danny at 4 Links. It makes this expensive course actually affordable. So check out 4links.com. Let Danny know that you saw it here on Be Better Golf. It's 143 yards, 8 iron. All right, another par 3 here. One of the many par 3s on this course. And they have a lot of awesome par 3s on this course. This one is one of the least interesting ones. Pretty straightforward, just going straight at it. Okay, so here's the swing, and I wanted to take this angle on purpose because I wanted to see what my tailbone was up to. I'm really trying hard not to get off sides, and one of the things I'm working on is feeling like my tailbone is moving backwards on the downswing, meaning that the tailbone's moving away from the target. So put this wall up here to kind of see how my tailbone, the base of my spine, is moving away from that wall, even as my hips are starting to move into it. Blocked it right, but I'm alright. Okay, so I hit it exactly pin high, but it was just started right and stayed right. The better I move my sequence, the more I'm hitting it really solid and just to the right. So I just have to make a slight adjustment in squaring the face. And I should get a little bit even more distance as I start getting it right on my line. Put a charge into that putt and misread how much. See how right there the grass stops being shiny and kind of turns into a different color. So that makes the grain kind of something hard to read. As a pro and a golfer, that's tough for me. Had this about 10-footer, and I put my hand up early because I was really pumped to make that par putt. Okay, at this point my camera was just about dead. This is a really awesome hole, this par 5 here. And as we go to the landing area, you can see pretty generous landing area. This tree right here overhangs just a little bit. All right, my camera's about to die, but I wanted to get this shot. I hit a great tee shot after the securing my par on the par 3. Hit a great tee shot. This is a short par 5, and now there's a creek, 168 to carry, 203 to the front of the green. No, 203 to the center of the green. So got my hybrid, should be fine to be enough. Just have to hit it to the right of this tree. Like I said, second shots on par 5s have been bad for me, so I really want to buckle down and hit a good one here. It sounds scripted, but that's what I want to do. Yeah, sometimes you find yourself speaking and even thinking in these old golf cliches, but a lot of them really are true, so it helps a lot more to just buy into them rather than be sarcastic about it. Okay, so I hit a really great hybrid shot there. Shaped it around the tree. Nice shot. Pin high. Okay, so I was here into, and watch my eyes here and see me looking. There's a guy standing just off the green, kind of mad dogging me, looking at me like very intensely because I think he was wondering what my tripod and camera and whatnot was doing. But then he walked away, but it kind of, I don't know, kind of bothered me. And I pulled the wrong club. That was a 60-degree wedge, and I really should have hit probably like a pitching wedge and let it and hit it a lot lower and shorter. The degree of difficulty on the shot I tried to hit was just too hard, and my execution was really bad. There's a couple technical things that I could have fixed for sure, but because I hit such a good second shot, that's a par on this par 5. A lot of pars, so that's the back 9, 1 over, 4th par in a row. It's 146, but it's pretty well downwind. So I'm gonna hit this 9-iron, and it's about, I don't know, 15 feet downhill. All right, so that shows you guys the view of it. So not an extremely long hole, same swing feels, and basically same result. Solid shot, just a little bit more right than I wanted. I hit it right past that bunker, just right about there, but it was in a really good lie, even though my stance was a little messed up, and I hit it to 2 feet and made the putt. All right, so this is the 18th hole. You can see that it goes down to a pretty narrow fairway that runs out a fairway into more environmental area and into the Sand Canyon Reservoir. So I wasn't recording because my camera was totally dead, and I didn't realize that I had my GoPro in my pocket, pocket of my golf bag that I could have used. But I used 3 wood, and I hit it very nicely, right down the middle, very low, but I hit it right down the middle. And then I had 145 yards remaining or so from this area right here. And let's check out what I was looking at. All right, so I had that. All right, guys, my phone died, but then I just realized I have my GoPro in the bag. So let's check the scorecard, because you missed. I chipped on the par 3, made a kind of an ugly chip that turned out well and went to 2 feet. And I made a par there. And then on this hole, I had no idea what it does, but it has a beautiful kind of tropical looking double waterfall. Actually 2 waterfalls there, 1 waterfall there, so triple waterfall. What? I hit a 3 wood low and screaming down the fairway, and let's see what the machine says I have. 141 to green center. I'm even par at the moment, so that'd be 71. If I make a birdie here, that'd be 70. There's my ball. iPhone is way better for this kind of stuff than the GoPro, but because the GoPro really doesn't give you perspective. All right, 142 to the green, so that was a good drive. There's a little backstop there, so I'm going to take an 8-iron choked up a little bit. Get a really good aiming point and get on it. A short backswing and keep my hips facing the front of the golf cart here. I'm sure it sounds like an absolute mountain of swing thoughts that I have going on, and it is probably too many, but it's really all the same swing thought, just different ways of thinking about how to sequence more correctly. Okay, I hit it pin high. Looks like it's on the fringe. Downhill, I think I can putt that. All right, headed up to the green. On the right-hand side, there's this large hill, and then there's just water gushing down this hill from, like, I don't know, 15 different waterfalls actually, and just water everywhere. I don't think it's fake. It probably is fake. I mean, it's California. So, but it looks great. It's really, really cool. I wish it should be on an earlier hole though. By the time you see it, your golf's over and your mind is made up about whether or not you had a fun experience. I have this putt from off the fringe to the hole. I said I like these, and this is to shoot under par here. A lot of pars today. Let's make a birdie. Yep, so I have a putt that is going towards the water and should be breaking to the left. So it should be fast and breaking left. Just gotta get it through that fringe, which I did a pretty good job of, but took a little bit too straight of a route and now I have less than a foot. All right, so even par 71. I'm getting better at golf, that's good. A lot to work on, a lot to work on. My misses are much, much better. It's great though to really play like I felt like I did not play well, but I shot even, which is for me a very good score. I'm like a 3 handicap. So let's check out the card here. So thanks for watching as I just marked down my final. Only 2 greens on the back, 7 on the front. Only hit 9 greens. But if you counted fringes like this one here, I probably hit more like 14 or 15. I had a lot of fringes. I wasn't missing by a lot. I really didn't have to chip very often. And when I did, I did okay a couple times. I hit such a bad chip on that par 5. 36 on the back, 35 on the front, 71. Cool, even par. Go to Instagram, follow me at BB Golf Show. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, and thanks to Danny from 4links.com because I am using his website to play here today. And if you watch this far, thank you very much. If you have any tips for my game or for other golfers that are watching these videos, put them in the comments below. Another note about playing at fancier golf courses, which is nice, it's 122. I started at 9:40, well under 4 hours. That is, you don't do that in Long Beach. You don't play that quickly when you're playing $30 golf courses. So that's a bonus. So if your time's worth anything, playing better courses is nice. I don't have rich friends though. Not a lot of them anyway. I have some, but not a lot, and certainly not a lot that play golf too. So it is hard to get a good competition vlog, or even just friendly person to come play with. But the channel's getting better, and more opportunities are opening up. Just wanted to say that was awesome to be able to play that fast. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Of all the different things we talked about and worked on, I think the thing, without a doubt, that's helped me actually improve and get better is changing my concept about sinking the swing.
To me, it is the single most important thing in the golf swing. It's not lag, it's not how much open your hips get at impact, it's not that you hit a draw, it's not that you hit a fade. Can you get your arms to the same spot on your chest every single time?
Notice how right here, this is longer than this, so you want to feel a little more level and a little more open. You don't want to compress right here too much.
This is the way to actually be better, to be a better golfer, not just be yourself 100 balls later.
The biggest problem I see where golfers from like 3 to 12 can improve is learn how to land this on the body earlier.